Alright, what's going on, guys? So, I have kind of started to develop some videos that's more than just vlogs. Gonna try to create content that's expanding this channel a bit, I guess we could say. And so today I kind of wanted to go over something that I enjoy kind of listening in on and seeing, and that is E3 2016. So we had our E3 event this past week for 2016, and I gotta say, for me personally, it's been one of the most boring E3s in my opinion, but we still got a lot of information that's great, and you know, still got really fun stuff to see. So I've got a list here of some of the highlights at E3. So I'm gonna go over those. Hopefully I don't miss much. I know I'm not gonna cover everything, because everything at E3, that would take like a 2-hour video. So I'm just gonna kind of go over some key points of some different developers and different companies, and of the announcements that they've kind of had, some of the bigger ones. Obviously, there's a lot of little small details that the developers kind of say and show when people go test stuff out and see the demos and whatever. So, here we go. First, we're going to start with Electronic Arts. They kind of showed a bit more of Titanfall 2. And also Battlefield 1. I'm just gonna put this out here right now. I'm not really a shooter player. I'm a weird person and like the bright, cartoony games, not really the shooting games. I like to watch the shooting games. They're fun to watch for me, but to play them, I suck at them and they don't appeal to me. So I don't really know what Titanfall 2 exactly is, or Battlefield. I mean, I kind of hear the names here and there, kind of see pictures, but I don't know like the deep story. So, but they also, EA also explained their continuing plans for Star Wars, as well as the FIFA and Madden sport games. So that's kind of cool, you know, for all of you Star Wars fans. So we're gonna kind of move on. As I said, not gonna go deep into detail about everything. Just gonna kind of go over the highlights. So Bethesda, I probably screwed that name up. They announced a Skyrim remastered. I've heard of Skyrim, never played it. But they announced a remastered version of it and showed off some footage for it, so I guess, you know, maybe I need to watch that and see what it is exactly. They also announced Dishonored 2, another game that they are producing as well. A lot more Fallout news, including vault building DLC and the game's plans for the HTC Vive. Don't know what that is exactly. It sounds cool, you know, all these new names. They also announced a new Quake and Prey games, as well as some updates to the Elder Scrolls Online. Now, I've heard of that too. I have not played it. I suck at playing video games, apparently. Let's see, let's move on to a little bigger one. Microsoft. Now, Microsoft have had quite a bit. Microsoft and Sony had quite a bit at this E3. I think they were the star of the show this year. So, for them, the biggest news for them was Project Scorpio, which I believe is their version of virtual reality, which, you know, so they're jumping on the bandwagon for that. So that's cool. we get to see, some more games. Developers will kind of make more virtual reality games. They can expound onto the Microsoft wagon rather than just the Sony. So that's pretty cool. Microsoft also announced an Xbox Slim, or Xbox S for short. So the Xbox One Slim it's lighter, it's thinner, it's pretty powerful still, obviously. As in terms of hardware, they didn't really go any less hardware. It's still powerful like the Xbox One, just the regular. But in the Xbox Slim, they are providing support for 4K. So if you have like a 4K TV and whatever, then the Xbox One Slim will take advantage of that and actually play games in 4K for the first time. So that's pretty cool. I was never really an Xbox player. My brother was, so I played games on the original Xbox and the 360, but that's about it. But another cool thing is they announced that we are going to be able to make custom Xbox One controllers. This is just kind of a small example of what you can customize them with and how. Now I think, me personally, this is a really cool idea. Because obviously you can go buy controllers anywhere. But it's like everyone has the same one unless you get them designed, or designed. You get designs on them, like personally and whatever. You take it somewhere where they'll do it. Or, everybody just has the same one. Maybe with like an engraven signature or something, but so I think that's really cool. There's going to be so much variety in the ways you can make it, which I think is going to really, really, really be cool for people. They can customize the colors of the buttons, of the D-pad, of the actual controller, the joysticks and everything. So I think that's going to be really cool. They also said they want to blur the lines between console and PC. So, it sounds like that could be risky. It's, like it says here in this little article I'm reading, it says that could either pay off or fail big time. Which, yeah, it's kind of a win or lose type of thing. So, as far as games for Xbox, we have the new Gears of War 4 releasing on October 11th. A sequel to State of Decay as well. We saw some footage of the ReCore and Sea of Thieves. They also confirmed Dead Rising 4, which I know is pretty big for some people. Showed a game called Inside, it was made by the people who made Limbo. They also announced a spin-off to The Witchers, so that's cool. And we also saw some Final Fantasy Battle, so that's pretty cool. So that does it for Microsoft. Let's move on to Ubisoft. Let's see, what kind of things did we see? We saw some footage of Star Trek Bridge Crew, which is a virtual reality game, VR for short. We saw The Division, which will be an expansion, and also seeing we're also getting Grown Up, a sequel to Grow Home. I've never heard of that at all. So, let's see, Trials of the Blood Dragon became available immediately after the show. And so that's cool, you can already play it right now. And we also saw some gameplay for Watch Dogs. So, there's that. And then for sports games, we saw steep. So that's about it for Ubisoft. Then let's see, now we're going on to probably the big of the big at E3. But Sony. What did Sony announce at E3 2016? Well, they crammed a lot. Let's just say that. So, a ton of new games, like Days Gone. Got some details about that we've already seen before. So, oh well. We got a trailer for Resident Evil 7, as well as a new God of War, as well as some footage of Detroit Become Human and Horizon Zero Dawn. So then we got a release date for the PlayStation VR virtual reality, which will become available on October 13th of this year. So that's going to be really cool. Some of the supported games for the VR are Final Fantasy, Batman Arkham, screwed that name up probably, and a Star Wars mission game. We also saw a trailer for Death Stranding and the new Kojima game. We also got a release date for The Last Guardian, which is October 25th of this year. It's kind of the big ones. Now I'm just going to kind of go away from my notes. Kind of discuss some other highlights that I've seen. So some other things I've seen for Nintendo. Nintendo was kind of quiet this year. They said they weren't going to really announce much this year, and they really didn't. Their whole thing was about the new Zelda game, which is The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild, which is going to be available for the Wii U. I don't know if they've announced a release date, but they've shown gameplay, shown pictures. It looks gorgeous. I personally have the Wii U. I am a Nintendo fan all the way. That's kind of why I haven't gone to PlayStation or Xbox. But I don't play many of the Zelda games. But I have to say this new Zelda looks gorgeous. They did kind of talk about the new system, Nintendo NX. They just basically said that they're going to be showing the console this fall, because it's supposed to release in March next year, but they did not bring it to E3, probably because it's probably not finished being produced. It's production still going on for it. Probably wasn't quite ready to show off, but they're gonna they said that they'll show it off this fall. So some other little things. We got a little more news on the new mobile game Pokemon Go. If you don't know what that is, it's a game where you download it on your phone, and basically when you're walking around like through life and whatever, you can get your phone out, go into the app, and kind of look through your phone, and there will be Pokemon just hiding, and whatever, like in real life, hiding, whatever. And you kind of have to go walk around and try to find them. You can battle and trade Pokemon with friends and stuff. An additional wearable bracelet will be available for $34.99. And basically that thing, if you don't want to pull your phone out basically like all the time and have it out scanning, everything, the bracelet will basically buzz when there are Pokemon around. And so if you don't want to pull your phone out, you can push the button on it and it will basically catch it for you. But you don't know what it is, obviously, because you don't have your phone out. But if you pull your phone out when that buzzes, then you can see the Pokemon that are around. And so it's really cool. Some Pokemon like Pokemon are only available in certain spots. So there's gonna, like, where you live, you're not gonna find all the Pokemon where you live. So, you know, if there's an exclusive or rare or whatever, a Pokemon that you really want that's maybe say you're in the United States and there's a Pokemon that is only in Japan, then you don't have to go to Japan to get that. What you can do is, if you have a friend, let's say in Japan, and they have one or two or whatever, they can trade you for one of your Pokemon that are only available in the United States. So that's kind of how that works. So anyway, they said that is releasing in July next month, so that's exciting. I'm excited for it. I'm not a huge Pokemon fan. I played a few games, not a ton, but for me personally, this looks really cool, how it's using your location to kind of tell it where the Pokemon are. It's kind of like a Pokemon geocaching, basically. So yeah, we got that. The bracelets are available for pre-order on Amazon now. And yeah, so that's kind of all I have to talk about E3 right now. We do have one more day of E3 as of recording this, so maybe there will be a big announcement. LEGO Dimensions was also at E3 this year. They didn't really announce anything. They just kind of showed off their year 2 figures and minifigures and story packs and everything. So, I mean, nothing we haven't already seen really, besides if you went, you got a limited edition Green Arrow figure that was only available for those at E3. Anyways, that's gonna do it for this video. I hope this information is a little bit helpful. Sorry I'm not very knowledgeable with a lot of games. I'm bad at that, but just want to give all of you guys an update. There's gonna be a lot more videos coming kind of like this. I have more planned, and I have a lot more planned for the future that I want to try to do. So I'm still gonna do vlogs, still doing vlogs, just want to expound on the content on my channel. So anyway guys, hope you're having a great day, week, night, evening, morning, whenever you're watching this, and I'll catch you in the next video. Bye!